Greetings, brand new term 4 students in ENG 107. As you probably already know, my name is Jackie Pierce and I am your instructor for term 4, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you. One of the things that I will be doing every week, either late Sunday night or early Monday-ish, early-ish, because today it's not super early, is coming to you via video and letting you know kind of what's going on for the week. I like to call these my weekly walkthrough videos. And in those, I'll go through this week's assignments and give you helpful hints. Sometimes we'll even have samples. There's all kinds of things. So please do make a point in your early in your week to view the weekly walkthrough video. We also have in weeks 2 through 7, so not this Tuesday, but starting next Tuesday, and then for 6 weeks, we will be doing live workshops on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern. And those are hosted by me. So if you have questions or concerns or want to chat, it's a great opportunity. And I, of course, realize that not everybody can be at those because it's a particular time and, we just can't guarantee with an online class. So they are recorded and those videos will be posted typically the next morning. So Wednesday morning. Some of it will be the same information because, of course, if I'm operating both your class and the workshops, I'm going to kind of cover sort of the same things. But for you guys in my particular section, it's a great opportunity to talk to me live. So if you can make those, I really encourage you to do so. The link for them is in the course, and we're going to take a look at the course together now. So I will show you that and, just remind you of what's happening in week number 1. All right, so let me go ahead and open the course. And I'm going to change the view here so that it looks like your view. So I'm going to turn on the student mode so it doesn't have any extras. Sometimes with the faculty view, it's like, oh gosh, there's all this extra stuff and it just gets confusing. So this is what you will typically see when you first log in to the course. And of course, it automatically starts on the announcements page. And then, of course, on the far left-hand side, you will see all of the relevant links as well as all of the individual units. So for most of the course, you will not necessarily need all these links at the top, although you can always review the course information. You're going to do that this week just to get ready for the course. You can always find my contact information under Meet Your Instructor. Ask the Instructor is going to send you to a discussion board topic that is allowing you to ask me questions about the course. Now, I will say, I highly recommend using the Ask the Instructor feature in all of your online classes. But I also want to encourage you to remember that when you post something on the Ask the Instructor discussion, it is available to the whole class. So if you have a question that's about your own particular grade, or, maybe you were confused about a particular grade that you got on an assignment, do utilize email to email your instructors instead. Ask the Instructor is a public forum. It's not public beyond our class, but if you want to ask why you missed a question on a quiz or something, I wouldn't want the whole class to necessarily be involved in that. But you're welcome to use it for anything. And certainly if you have a question about how to do the assignment or things of that nature, that's what this is for. So feel free to utilize it. It is fairly straightforward. You just click on the Create Thread button, and you can give it any title that you want. And we'll put this here, post your public questions about ENG 107 here. The cool thing is with the Blackboard system, you can add a photo, you can add anything you need. So if you, for example, had a sample document that you wanted me to look at, you can attach those files. There's all kinds of fun things you can do. You can even create a video. So if you wanted to create a video question, and this may take a minute because we can add new and we can do express capture. And we're going to turn on, I don't know why my camera's not showing. It should be showing. Anyway, you can record a video as well. And then, so let's go out of this. We don't really need to, I don't need to see a video of myself. I'm already making a video of myself, making a video. So, but let me go ahead and close that out. So when you are done with your post, you just click on the, um, let's just X out of this. So you just click on the submit button. If you wanted to save it and come back to it later, you can click a save draft and you can keep it, for a while. Sometimes you may not be finished with your question and you get distracted or something, so you can always save it. The other thing I wanted to mention about the asking, ask the instructor board is that you can subscribe to it. So I'm going to click submit to post this. And then if you click this button while you're signed into your own course, if you click the subscribe button, what that's going to do is every time somebody posts on this board, you will get a notification. And I definitely would do that if you've asked a question, but I would do it anyway, because that way, if someone else asks a question, you may not even know that you have that question yet, but it's helpful. So, okay. And anytime I post a response, it's going to notify you as well. All right, so ask the instructor. This is the link to the workshops, as I mentioned. They will take place every Tuesday night starting next week and then ending in week 7. So there's none in week 1 and none in week 8. But the rest of the weeks we will have those. So feel free to sign in, come along. They are done in Microsoft Teams. So you don't have to have anything special to do it other than probably downloading Teams if you have not already done so. But it is free. There's nothing, you don't have to pay for anything for that. All right, so below that, we have the course, and all online courses are built around units. Some schools refer to them as modules, but some of them refer to them as weeks. You'll hear different language, but at Post, you have unit 1 through 8. They do also correspond with weeks 1 through 8. So I use the term week a lot because it just helps me keep my brain where it needs to be. But unit 1 is called growth, and we're going to take a look at unit 1 here in a second, but I want to talk about what else is on this list before we go into that. Below Unit 8, you will notice there is a link to the discussions page, and this will give you access to any of the discussions that are already published. So you'll notice there's the Ask the Instructor board and hallway chat. Hallway chat is literally just what it sounds like. It is a public forum for you to talk to other people in the course. I do not typically look at it. I mean, if somebody posts something, I will look because I'm always curious. But do not ask questions of me on there because I may or may not see it in a timely fashion. I will see the Ask the Instructor ones very quickly. And then, of course, some of you have already gotten started, which is awesome. The introductory one, this is the assignment for week 1, the introductions, power of you, discussion board, which we'll talk about in the unit. Below that, you have a link to the journals. We also have periodically journal assignments. These are not seen by everybody. They're only seen by me and you. And they are fairly informal writing assignments. I would not worry about coming in and out of this link, not even with the discussions either. But if you want to get a quickly go back to one that you've done, you can do that. But all of the assignments are linked inside the units. So you don't have to worry about those links, but they are there for you if you wanted to take a look. Once you start getting grades, you will find your grades under My Grades, and it will give you a link to the rubric. It will also give you a link to my comments and any other information that you need. When you receive grades in your online classes, it is vital that you do read any comments that your instructor has given you, as well as, of course, reviewing the rubric and seeing how you scored out of each category. You'll notice that in Unit 1, the only grade is the journal. So we're going to get some practice at that. You do not have to do you do need to do the discussion, the introductory discussion, but that one is not a graded item. So keep that in mind. This will give you all of the assignments, and this is where you'll find your grades. Below that, of course, you have some additional information and links to important things like the college resources, university policies, the library. We're going to utilize the library some. And then the tutoring system is available along with writing support. And then we are using APA 7th edition style for our formal written assignments. And so there's some extra support there for you as well. Okay. All right. So let's look at Unit 1. In each unit, you will find first an overview, and it's going to give you a list of the objectives for the week, as well as any activities that you need to do. So this is a great, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the overview. So it'll give you some background and explain what we're going to be doing throughout the week. And you want to go down the list. So anything that comes up in this list, you just take it in the order that it comes. The first unit starts with that introduction. And typically you will not do the discussion board before you do any readings, because usually you're responding to some of the things that are in the readings and resources. But this week it's really just introducing yourself. And so you'll notice it's the very first thing that comes up. And I noticed that here we are only at 1 o'clock on Monday, and 15 people have already posted. So you guys are on fire. So the Unit 1 discussion, of course, is introducing yourselves. Tell the class a little bit about yourself and share 3 items that are meaningful to you. Explain why you chose those 3 items, and then share your writing story. So you've got 3 questions to answer after that. Typically, your discussion posts should be at least a really good, solid, long paragraph. And when you respond to others, you should have a good paragraph. It's probably not going to be as long, but you want to aim for at least 6 to 7 sentences on your own post, and 3 to 5 sentences when you are responding to others. Now, this particular discussion does not require it's not graded. So, but you will typically receive grades on not only your own post, but responding to others as well. And that can be the most challenging part. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But respond to your peers, make sure that you post your 3 items and your responses to those questions, and then read what everybody else is writing as well. So typically the first thing in the unit is after that overview is going to be the readings and resources. And this is essentially your assigned reading and videos. Okay. So this is the learning materials that you need to do in order to successfully complete the assignments, which is why typically they're going to come right after that overview, because this is the first thing you should do every week is tackle the readings and resources. This week, you have 3 things to read. You've got a chapter on grammar, you've got a chapter on punctuation, and then you've got an article by Carol Dweck. We're going to hear a lot about her throughout this course. She is kind of a pioneer in the world of using our grit and determination to succeed. So take a look at that article as well. Below that, you will always have some videos. This week, there's 2. And of course, these are people who are talking about the growth mindset and grit as well. And that will help supplement your reading of the Carol Dweck article. Okay. When you are done with that, you can go back to the unit and tackle the assignment. So this week, there's only one graded assignment. Typically, there's two, sometimes there's even three. But this week, the only thing that you are doing for a grade is the Unit 1 journal, grit and growth mindset. The assignments are always due Sunday at the end of each week. So the weeks run Monday through Sunday, and the items are due at the end of Sunday. Now, with discussions, if you are also having to respond to others, you need to start that earlier in the week. You don't want to wait until Sunday to try to do not only your own response, but responding to others. So typically in many classes, you're even required to post your own response by, say, Wednesday, and then that gives you the rest of the week to respond to others. It's not as formalized in English 107, but that's a good kind of rule of thumb. If you are always doing your readings and resources on Mondays and Tuesdays, you're posting your discussion by Wednesday. That gives you the rest of the week to work on the formal writing assignment, if there is one, or the journal in this case, and have everything done by Sunday night. So the Unit 1 journal. Let's go over what a journal is. Journaling is a relaxed, reflective assignment that allows you to practice writing and apply what you have learned in the lesson, so in the readings and resources. Every other week, you will be asked to write a short answer a series of questions on a specific topic, and your task is to think about the questions, write down your thoughts, 6 or more sentences. There are no right or wrong answers, but if you're not consistently writing 6 or more sentences, then you're probably not really getting out of the journal what you need to. So once you have learned about grit and growth mindset through Carol Dweck and the other chapters that you've read, answer the following questions in your journal entry. What is your first reaction when things get tough? What does this help you understand about yourself as a learner? And when was a time you showed grit and it paid off? Now, when you are ready to post, you click on the link and you will do just like we did on the discussion board. Instead of creating a thread, it will say create journal entry. You click on this, give it a title, write your response here, and then hit post entry. Okay, same thing applies as does on the discussions, which is you can save a draft. So if you wanted to start it and come back and finish it later, you can do that. So always a good thing to know. So that is it for week 1. You are going to be learning about different terms each week, and the power of words is the title of this particular class. And that is what is going to kind of guide us. So I look forward to meeting all of you on the discussion board, and I hope you have a great week 1 in term 4. Go Post University. Great stuff.